I'm Tari Vargas, Graduate Assistant and Lab Technician in the Department of Anthropology at Cal State Long Beach. This is a brief tutorial about Chicago-style citation using the author-date format. We will cover how to structure your citations in your references section and how to cite your sources in the body of your essay, referred to as in-text citations. Some of you are anthropology students like myself, and Chicago is the style we typically use, but you can use any citation style you're comfortable with. Let's first discuss how to structure citations in your references page. The Chicago Manual of Style recommends you use the title References in the author-date style, rather than bibliography or works cited, for example, as well as having 2 spaces between the title and first entry, and a single space between each entry. All references will be left aligned, and all lines after the first indented to the half-inch margin. For this paper, you've been asked to cite a minimum of 3 scholarly sources. Scholarly sources are sources that cite other reputable research in their works. Now, we'll cover a variety of resources that you're likely to come across in your research. To cite a book with a single author, you start with the name of the author, last name first, comma, first name, and if the author has a middle name or middle initial, it goes after the first name, followed by a period. Then comes the title, followed by a period, the place of publication, colon, the publisher, comma, and the date, period. To cite a book with multiple authors, you start with the first listed author, last name first, comma, first name, comma, then the second listed author, and every subsequent author is going to be listed first name, middle initial if they have one, last name. Once you're done listing your authors, they're followed by a period. The title of the book, period, the place of publication, colon, the publisher, comma, and the date, period. For an article or a chapter in an edited book, you start with the author of the article or chapter, last name, comma, first name, the date of publication, the title of the article or chapter, in quotations, followed by a period, then in book title, comma, edited by, then the names of the editors, first name, last name, followed by page numbers where the article or chapter are found, period, the place of publication, colon, and the publisher, period. To cite an article from a scholarly journal, you start with the author, last name, comma, first name, period, the article title in quotation marks, period, the name of the journal in italics, the volume number, comma, the issue number, the date in parentheses, colon, and the pages, period. For an article from a scholarly journal retrieved from an online database, you start again with the author, last name, comma, first name, period, the title of the article in quotation marks followed by a period, the name of the journal in italics, the volume number, comma, issue number, publication date in parentheses, colon, pages, comma, online database name, period. For an article from an online journal, you start with the author, last name, comma, first name, period, the title of the article in quotation marks, period, the name of the online journal in italics followed by the word website, comma, the date of publication, period, and the digital object identifier. The digital object identifier is the permanent online location of the online journal article. You may use a URL here if the DOI is unavailable. When you're searching for an article in an online database like CSULB OneSearch, you may be able to find the DOI in the details section of the article page that pops up when you click on it in the results list. Alternately, the DOI is often listed at the top or bottom of an article on the page where it's housed. Next, we'll look at citing your own work. This may look like an interview or a past assignment you've completed. For an interview that you conducted, you'll cite your interviewee's last, then first name separated by a comma and followed by a period, the interviewee's role, comma, write interview with, and your first and last name as the interviewer, followed by a period, the date the interview was conducted, followed by a period. If you have a location where a transcript or recording of the interview can be found, it will come after the month and day. Additionally, if this information is housed online, provide a URL. If the person being interviewed requires anonymity, you may use a pseudonym in the text as well as in the reference. Otherwise, you may simply use the word anonymous and structure your citation like this. If you want to cite a past assignment you've completed, you list the author's last name, comma, first name, period, the title of the assignment in quotations ending in a period, the name of the class the assignment was completed for, then what kind of assignment it was, for example, an essay, followed by a comma, the institution you were attending at the time, comma, and the year the assignment was completed. As for how to cite these sources in your text, there are a few different ways to do this. If you mention the author, title, and date of publication of the work you're referencing in a sentence, like this, you don't need to add any additional citation at the end of that sentence. Note that if you do cite these sources within your sentence, you'll want to add the date of publication after the author's name, the place of publication, colon, and the publisher in parentheses after the name of the book or other work. If you're summarizing main points from a text without referencing the author, work, or date in the sentence, you'll want to end your sentence with the author's last name and the date of publication in parentheses, making sure to put the period after the citation, like this. If you're referencing a specific quote from an author without referencing the author, work, or date in the sentence, you'll want to end your sentence with the author's last name, the date of publication, and page numbers separated by a comma in parentheses, again making sure to put the period at the end of the citation, like this. If you reference an author and work in your sentence while quoting a specific line, your in-text citation should only include a page number in parentheses at the end of the sentence, like this. These have been a few common examples of the types of sources you'll encounter as you build your essays. ChicagoManualOfStyle.org as well as Purdue OWL are both excellent resources to use if you need to cite a source in a format not included here. If you'd like some individual attention with citations, it's really helpful to reach out to a librarian. You can find links to make an appointment, message, or email a librarian through https://csulb.libanswers.com/FAQ/30483. If you have any additional questions, feel free to email me at turi.vargas@student.csulb.edu. I hold office hours on Thursdays and Fridays and will most likely get back to you during that time of the week. I wish you all luck wrapping up this semester.